everybody. Captain Marty Brill here on Monday, February the 23rd. And I'll tell you what, after a little warm weather and just a touch of pre-spring, we went back to cold and windy and wet yesterday. But I'll tell you what all happened before the wind shifted when I come back in just a moment.
Hey y'all, Captain Marty here. And when I was looking for a top quality mower, I went to the best. And the best is A&W Sales in Pinetown. Now at A&W Sales, they carry top quality brands like the Bad Boy zero-turn mowers, of which I own one now for 15 years. American made, heavy duty machines built to handle anything from backyard touch-ups to commercial jobs. They've proudly sold and serviced Bad Boy mowers for over 15 years. How about if you're in need of a trailer? A&W Sales carries the full line of Big Tex trailers, the best-selling trailer brand in the entire nation. Visit them in-store or online at awsalesnc.com, where tough equipment meets trusted service.
Come and experience fishing for the whole family aboard the Crystal Dawn at Pirates Cove Marina in Manio. The Crystal Dawn is a roomy 65-foot headboat, fully equipped with the latest gear to give you the best fishing experience. Worried about getting seasick? Fear not. The Crystal Dawn stays in safer and shallower waters to lessen the likelihood of that happening. Half-day and private fishing trips are available. To find out more, go online to crystaldawnheadboat.com. The Crystal Dawn Headboat out of Pirates Cove. Fishing that is fun for all ages.
So we had a great day of offshore fishing on Saturday, and the fishing was good, both Hatteras and Oregon Inlet. The bluefin tuna bite was really good. A lot of those 200-pounders, 73-inch bluefin tunas, that's a keep one type of situation and release as many as you want. That's what the law says, the federal law. Remember, these fish are highly regulated. So there were boats that they caught their keeper. Then they caught some release ones until people's arms got sore, probably. If you ever fought a tuna, they are one of the hardest fighting fish in the ocean. And they go down deep. They don't jump. They don't stay on the surface. They dive down deep. They sound, is what that's called. And they get down there, and it is brute force that pulls them back to the surface. They get their body broadside to the line, and it's like trying to pull in a sheet of plywood sideways. And it's a real challenge, which is why people are out there in the dead of winter trying to catch and release or possibly keep a bluefin tuna. And then when that was done, a lot of the folks, especially down on the Hatteras end, caught king mackerel. Now, king mackerel bite, I did not really realize you could catch kings in February, but not only can you catch kings, they're catching a lot of king mackerel. And I did see a couple of charter efforts, not just commercial guys out there, catching fish to sell and ship, but I saw a few charter guys that looked like they were, either fishing specifically for kings or adding to their bluefin catches with a few fish to take home and eat. And let me tell you, I wish I had a piece of fresh king mackerel right now, but that's not all. There was also a few blackfin tuna. The first of those I've mentioned in a while, not many, but a scattered blackfin tuna in the catches. And that's a harbinger, and that's my big word for the day, of things to come. So it'll all kick off. The rest of the tunas will kick off soon with blackfins and Hatteras. We'll get the tuna ball rolling again. The bluefins will eventually leave the area in March. That's what they've been doing. And we'll turn over to blackfins, yellowfins, and big-eye tuna as we get into the spring months. So that's about it. Surf and Pier Report, nothing to talk about. No sense making stuff up. And I don't think there's much effort right now. The water's very cold along the beaches, and I could not find anything but wind and rain and waves just yesterday. And that's not to say somebody might have caught a puppy drum, a skate, or a shark. Maybe didn't make it to the reports, but there really isn't much happening right now. So we'll take a little break. I do have a couple things I want to talk to you about in the backcountry, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Are you ready for a fishing thrill like no other?
Oh, there he is! There he is! Oh, got him up!
As seen on WikiTune Outer Banks, the Carolina Girl, captained by majestic Jesse Anderson, is a custom, luxurious 53-foot Jarrett Bay built boat running out of Hatteras Harbor Marina. Let Jesse and her crew give you a fishing experience of a lifetime. To book a trip, go online to CarolinaGirlSportFishing.com. Carolina Girl Sport Fishing, your offshore adventure awaits.
All right, so back in the backcountry, which really has been a hard hard pill to swallow right now. Winter is tough when that water temperature gets so cold as it does. We do have some folks oystering. I talk about shrimp, so why not talk about oystering? We got some guys out there tonging for oysters recreationally. Kind of interesting. As a matter of fact, tonight I'm going to be having some of those. Well, wait a minute. Let me back up. My men's Bible study group in Englehart will be having oyster stew for dinner along with Spencer sausage and cheese biscuits. Now, you don't have to worry about me eating any oyster stew, but I respect those that do and that love it. To me, it's not something that I'm interested in trying. I'm not a fan of oysters, but again, I know it's an acquired taste, and I tried 3 in my life, and I didn't acquire anything but revulsion. So that's just my deal. But I eat other things that other people don't eat either. We all have our personal tastes. But I have been reporting on some rock fishing, but man, I'm going to tell you, that's a difficulty level of 9 right now, with 10 being the most difficult. They're not around that I'm aware of the coastal bodies of like the Pamlico, Roanoke, or Croatan Sound. They're way up the river. You go up the Alligator River. You might even go as far as the Chowan River. And I know several very good fishermen that have been given it an effort, and a few have found some, but mostly people are not finding some. The fish are really in certain areas, and unless you hit that certain area, you're just going to come up empty-handed. So that's just the nature of the beast. You got to give it a try. You're not going to catch them sitting in front of the TV set, so you might as well get out there and give it a try. But I can't call it a very good report unless you're, over there around not Hertford, if you're over there around Edenton and in that neck of the woods, and further west is more than likely where you're going to find them. There have been a few catfish caught, the blue cats. Those are really more caught by accident than anything, but I mean, that's something you could go fishing for. You probably could catch them if you put the time in. Don't know anything about it, never caught one, but I know people that love doing it, and I know people that will do it closer to my home here on Lake Mattamuskeet. I'm not sure if they're doing it now or not, but we'll keep you posted if they do. And we're not far from having the good old-fashioned crappie bite, speckled perch bite on Mattamuskeet. So we'll see. Spring is right around the corner. It cannot come soon enough for me, and I bet you feel the same way. So go out and have a great day. Take this time when we're between hunting, when the hunting and fishing is slacked way back, where you have some family time, get out in your garden. It's time to be prepping your soil, running your tiller, adding your fertilizer, and getting your garden planned out. Draw a map. Remember, you don't want to plant the same crop in the same place 2 years in a row. So it's time to be getting your seeds ordered and getting ready to turn to. That's the next thing on Captain Marty's agenda is gardening. It's one of my great loves. That and deer hunting are 2 things that I really, really love to do. So have a great day. May the good Lord bless you richly.